Hello, everyone. Welcome to Game Informer's stream of Nintendo Spotlight E3 2017. We're looking forward to talking a lot about the Switch today. Maybe a little bit about 3DS. We'll have to see. But
Possibly.
we're looking forward to a pockin' good time. How are you doing, Cork?
I would like to adjust how I'm doing. I was doing good. I'm not so sure now. Pockin' good time. All right. Here we are. Yeah. So how the heck are you, Javy?
I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah. I've been riding the Wolfenstein high for like the last 2 days. I'm
Oh,
just so
really?
happy. I'm so happy we're getting a sequel to that. But I'm also excited as a Switch owner.
Yes.
About the stuff we might see today. Like, I'm sure, there are some givens. Like, I think we're going to see more Splatoon. Like, that's pretty safe bet.
Yeah.
You think? ARMS. Did you play any ARMS
No.
during the global test thing?
No, I have not.
It seemed just a brief Javy impression. It seemed really cool, but not something I'm going to play that much. Like, it seems like it definitely has its audience, but it's not for me.
That's not how I would have done a JV impression.
Oh, what's the Javy impression?
I would have started by
Like, be very gangly? And,
just mashing my hair up with something. But
yeah, okay, that's fair. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
So anyway, let's go back, though, as
All
I
right.
like to do, to
Time warp.
last year. They showed Breath of the Wild at the Treehouse for an extended period of time. That was pretty much it.
Oh, yeah. I was actually there. It was really weird because it felt like the entire time we were on the floor, they were just doing that.
Well,
They were putting people on stage and showing off the same demo over and over again.
Yes.
Like, they had Miyamoto there. They had, like, a bunch of people there just, like, talking, like, on the stage. It was interesting. It was definitely an interesting way to do things. I can't even remember if they showed anything else.
They did. They had Pokemon Sun and Moon, and they had some Pokemon Go stuff there as well. I think Ever Oasis was announced, but it was predominantly Breath of the Wild's show.
Yeah. Man, I can't believe Pokemon Go is over a year old now.
It is.
Like, that's mind-blowing.
I am surprised it lasted through the winter. I was sure that was going to kill it off, but
Yeah, it seems like
alas.
I'll still come across people, not even like, just stragglers, just a bunch of people who are still really into it. Like, I'll be in line and someone will be in front of me ordering a sandwich, and they'll get distracted from ordering their sandwich, like a rude person.
Yes.
Because they're looking at their phone, trying to capture a Pokemon that happens to be on the sandwich prep station, which is unfortunate. It's an unfortunate place for a Pokemon to be.
That's a bad deal for everybody.
Yeah.
So let's do some predictions, JV.
All
You
right.
said ARMS.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're going to see everything.
It's a hot prediction.
Yeah, like,
As it's on the screen.
yeah,
right
probably, yeah. Like,
I'm going to say Splatoon 2, the World Inkling Invitational will probably be on June 13th.
wow, what a bold
Yeah.
prediction.
Yeah, Mario in his hat
Yeah.
with the eyeballs.
Yeah, I mean, all right, let's actually, make some predictions. I do think we will definitely see Super Mario Odyssey, right? Like, that
Yeah.
seems to be like the big gun that the Switch has right now.
I like how you said I was just reading things on the screen. You said, let's transition away from this and make some real predictions. It's because freaking Mario's just right on the screen, too. It's like you didn't even have to read a word there to make that prediction.
Well, it was semi-bold, I guess. It
Yeah.
was bold in my style.
That's very bold. So here's a question, though.
Okay.
So some other Nintendo associated things were announced at previous press conferences, right?
Right.
So we had the Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle at Ubisoft's press conference. They brought Miyamoto and Bill Trinen on stage. Everyone was very excited to see the man himself, Bill Trinen, accompanied by Miyamoto, talking about this game. So do you think that we will see that here as well?
I think we'll see a different gameplay demo, or maybe see like more footage of it in like a sizzle reel
Yep.
at the end or something.
And then
Yeah.
Bethesda also had the Skyrim Switch
We were
edition. Because I would imagine that Nintendo knows, hey, you know what? I bet a large portion of our audience that's interested in the Switch did not stay up to midnight to watch Bethesda's press conference.
Yeah, no,
So-
that's a safe bet. I think we'll have more footage and maybe like a look at maybe some other exclusives because they showed off like just some of the stuff that was packaged in that game. Bethesda did. Maybe there's more.
Maybe you could ride a Kirby.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I'd ride a Kirby into battle.
Maybe you could get Toad's House as your own customizable domicile, and you could play that match game from
Hard pass.
Mario 3,
Yeah,
as I like to say.
I do. Oh man, what if there are Mario Karts instead of horses?
See, now these are just flights of fancy.
Well, not with mods.
You think so?
I mean, I am sure there is a mod somewhere out in the Skyrim verse
The Skyrim.
that makes it possible for you to roll around in Mario's cart.
Yeah.
And just run over poor, innocent villagers that deserve it.
Yeah, fair enough. So,
But-
do you think we're going to see some virtual console stuff?
I mean, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Like they're still, I feel they're sort of at an awkward point that all, hardware manufacturers sort of, or console manufacturers get to where like they want to justify having the previous console. So like the 3DS, I still feel like Nintendo will make strides to like justify that, even though a lot of people are focused on the Switch.
Right.
And the way to do that is virtual console. So yeah, and I don't think they'd say virtual console for Switch is ready yet, but man, I want that too.
Yeah.
Like I would love to play like A Link to the Past and so on and so forth. And it seems like a very Nintendo thing, like giving you multiple options to buy the same game over and over again every time.
How many times do you think you've bought Super Mario World at this point?
I've only bought Super Mario World twice.
Really?
Yeah, but I've bought A Link to the Past and Super Metroid like 4 times across various consoles, and Earthbound like 3 times because I've never finished Earthbound.
Really?
Yeah, I've tried to. It's one of those games that came too late.
Came too late for you?
Yeah. So, hopefully we might do a game club one day or something, and that'll be the time I'm like, all right, I have a reason to play this through to the end. But I just keep getting sidetracked.
So similar, like on the same subject, do you think they'll announce Mother 3 localized? No?
No.
All right.
I think I think Nintendo likes dangling that, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
Like, over that miniature fan base.
All right. Fair
Yeah.
enough. So do you think we're going to see, some people are saying, okay, the NES Classic Edition was a big deal. People seem to like that if they could buy it. Do you think we're going to see the SNES version of that announced at E3?
I mean, no. I feel like it seems like Nintendo would want to again, Nintendo does what Nintendo does. So, we could, but I feel like they almost want to just focus on the Switch and the 3DS.
Yeah.
They don't necessarily need an overcrowded show. Like maybe they have the SNES Classic like a couple of months down the line. Especially, if they want that to like debut during holidays or something.
Yeah.
They might be better off saving that. So I lean towards no.
Yeah.
But with Nintendo's like honestly the wild card of like the big 3 when it comes to press conferences, right? Like they just do their own thing, whether it makes sense or not.
I mean, they just hit play. That's
Yeah.
their press conference, essentially.
Yeah.
I think Bethesda took a similar approach with theirs as well.
Yeah, it felt, I don't know. I mean, obviously my favorite game was there, but that was a lackluster conference.
Yeah.
For a lot of reasons.
Yeah. So back to Nintendo. Question for you. This kind of answers itself, but I will say, Nintendo obviously has the redesigned 2DS system, right? So 3DS, well, they'll probably see some stuff from that. But do you think, broadly speaking, it's getting close to the time where Nintendo just needs to yank that Band-Aid off and just focus solely on the Switch? Or do you think it's just impossible to ignore that huge user base that the 3DS has?
Oh, it's impossible.
Yeah.
Like the 3DS, I think that's the system I know that people who consider themselves non-gamers in my life own the most.
Yeah.
Like a large portion of people I have been friends with since college have owned either a 3DS or a 2DS. Like it's just, even if they have like with mobile phones, play mobile phone games, like a large portion of them still own the 3DS. So it'd be silly, it seems like, to just like rip that Band-Aid off right now. I honestly feel like we've got at least like another year. I don't think they're just going to like abandon it wordlessly like Sony did with the Vita.
So that transition, though, like they did announce that you have Ultra Pokemon Sun and Moon or something.
Woo.
So it's
Pokemon,
kind of
Star, Galaxy, whatever.
Yeah. Do you think we are going to see development on a Switch Pokemon game?
I think they will tease it.
Do you think they will tease it?
I think we will see absolutely no footage. I think they will come out and say, we're working on it, just because of the backlash, if only because of the backlash to that Pokemon Direct.
That Pokemon Direct was really fun because you could just watch the chat. I usually don't read the chats on a lot of those feeds because they get just people swastika after swastika, and it's like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Whatever. But that was great to see the Nintendo fans going, hype, 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 and then they said, all right, here we go. It is Ultra version, and it was just like, no, do not want what the no.
Like it was like the internet equivalent of everyone in the room going boo.
It really was.
It was just kind of amazing in the worst way possible.
Yeah.
So I feel like if only to maybe I feel like they're going to acknowledge that Pokemon Switch is in development.
Yeah.
But I don't think we'll actually see anything.
No. And if you like Pokemon Sun and Moon, this is your favorite game, getting to experience a new story in that world must be very exciting for you. It's not for me.
Yeah, no. Like, I don't know. I just can't. At the same time, though, there are other games I play that go back and like add minimal content that I will just devour up again. You know, shooters and such, like just even like cosmetic DLC or whatever, like that I will go back in and I will play like hours upon hours of. Pokemon's just not that game for me, but it is for other people.
You could argue that is at its core what Pokemon has been doing for decades, though.
You could. I'm not touching that.
Yeah.
You deal with the comments about that, not me.
Well, you were saying before we started recording that you absolutely hate that series and that you feel as though they just keep flogging a dead horse.
That was off the record.
Okay.
We don't need to do
I'd
that.
like to apologize for breaking confidence with you, JV.
NDA.
Absolutely. And just to cut off any kind of things in the comments ahead of time, I will reiterate, JV, you do not smell.
Oh, good.
Okay?
Thank you.
Yesterday, I did smell your arm.
A little bit today.
All right.
A little bit. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
It's good.
So, Leo in the control room. Are people excited about this? What are people saying in the comments in chat?
People are pretty excited.
Yeah?
I don't know. It's kind of all over the place.
Kind of all over the place.
What do the people want?
Not from us, to be clear.
Yeah. No.
I can't do anything here.
Yeah. We have no power
No.
here.
No one will be taking their shirt off or anything.
That's what I was going to say. That's what people still are requesting in the chat. If
Dude.
you guys want to make any promises that if they reveal something, you'll rip your shirt off, I think that would go over really well.
Oh, boy. Can I promise that I'll rip Tack's shirt off? I don't know. So do you think we're going to see Wii U ports? Let's go back to...
No. Oh, ports. Yes.
Oh, boy. That was a quick turnaround, wasn't it?
My brain, just sorry.
Is that your default state is to say no to me? Is that what that was?
No, it's the Wii U. It's the It's the laugh whenever the Wii U is mentioned.
Oh, okay.
Cruelly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when you said ports, it's like, oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But what ports would there be? Man, I don't...
People want Smash.
That's what people are saying right now. They want Smash.
Yeah.
Yeah, would it be a port or would it be a new Smash? I feel like it would be a port.
It would have to be a port.
Yeah.
So here, Kyle and I were talking about this the other day. If they did make a new version of Smash, in much of the same way that they... Not a new version, I'm sorry, just kind of an enhanced port of Smash like they did with Mario Kart. With Mario Kart, they unlocked all the racers from the beginning on the Switch version.
Right.
One of my favorite things about Smash Brothers is unlocking new characters, that whole loop about, like, here comes a new challenger approaches, and you got to fight them, and then you unlock them. I feel like part of me is like, I've unlocked these guys several times now. Just give me access to Rob, for instance. But at the same time...
That's so much of the charm of that series.
So much of the charm of that series.
Like, since the Nintendo 64 version, I remember playing that and being like looking up, waiting on dial-up. To load up, you know, the game FAQs equivalent, and guides of like, okay, what do I need to do here, to unlock, you know, various characters, and that was exciting, and you know, I still get a hit of nostalgia, and it's like super fun, even on the 3DS version of like, okay, a challenger approaches, you know, so. And it was frustrating, I thought, with Mario Kart because I am kind of a sucker for that. I love unlocking things that aren't actually cosmetic stuff. Like, oh, this is a new character. Like, I love that. And it seems like that's essential to Smash Brothers. To me, like, how I see Smash Brothers, that's essential. So, you know, I mean, the easiest way to do this, I feel like, that Nintendo wouldn't is, like, give us an option at the beginning.
Okay.
Do you want Classic or do you want, you know, the new mode where everything is open to you? Which makes sense.
Yeah.
That seems like a fair solution. I don't think they'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what other ports though? Like I'll hold out hope for that Fire Emblem game to get another shot. The one that's like the weird Tokyo Pop one that that Kim reviewed.
Tokyo, it was a Mirage Sessions.
It's Mirage Sessions #FE nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'd love to give that a shot just because I'm a huge Fire Emblem fan. Speaking of which, I'm sure we'll see Fire Emblem stuff today.
You think so?
Yeah, like that Fire Emblem Dynasty Warriors game. Fire Emblem Warriors, in fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see that.
It's interesting to see like how Fire Emblem has captured hearts and minds when for a brief window, the only reason anyone knew the name Marth was from Smash Brothers.
No,
like,
it was in that camp.
Who's this guy?
Yeah. Yeah, who? I've never played this guy before.
I don't know who Roy is, but I know he's our boy.
Yeah, yeah, he's good. He's good on this certain stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fire Emblem's trajectory is just really weird. Like that Final Fantasy kind of story with Awakening, where it was like, this is it. Yeah. This is our swan song. Yeah. Bye, everyone. And then, oh, wait, this made a lot of money, and people are really into it. And, oh, looks like we're getting ready to get started.
You're going to finish this thought exactly where you're left off when we get back.
When we
so
get
don't
to
worry.
Fire Emblem, yeah.
We get to Fire Emblem. All right,
Oh,
here we
the
go.
Switch sound. Oh, was that Rocket League?
That was Rocket League. Interesting.
Oh my gosh.
They've done it.
If that game can run well on the Switch, you know, that'd just be fantastic.
Their mature online functionality.
I actually haven't had any trouble with the online functionality. It's pretty solid, which has never been the case before with Switch or with other Nintendo online stuff for me. Ugh,
Wait, what?
that was lewd.
Huh.
The game
Reggie.
is fun.
It's him.
The game is a battle.
Oh, good grief.
If it's not fun, why bother? If it's not a battle, where's the fun? It's a test that you pass or a quest that you fail. A race against time. Fun and battle always locked together. But the game is also something else. It's a journey, a passport to new worlds. Maybe even an odyssey.
Oh.
A look, a feel, an exploration. Close your focus and open your mind. Yes, the journey requires the right ticket.
This is like reading song
And that
lyrics.
ticket
Is Reggie on a
is
green
Nintendo
screen
Switch.
for an apartment right now?
But in the
Because that's
end,
what that looks like.
It's not just where you can take your game,
Yes. Okay.
No, this is
where your
real.
game can take you.
We're
So
actually in the
let's go.
Matrix right now, Cork. So we're starting.
Story goes that when the world was young, everyone in Allrest lived on the World Tree. Together with our divine
Xeno
father,
something.
the architect. They called that paradise Elysium.
Did you get a load of that guy's pants?
Little peekaboo panels in them.
Yeah.
You're a blade.
As the driver of the Aegis. Can you take me to Elysium?
I'm in. Let's go to Elysium. I'll take you there myself. Pyra!
Here!
Cover me!
Got it!
We'll show you. We'll show you what me and Pyra are made of. Take this! Now that you have come this far, there can be no turning back.
You and that sword can't be! I'm guessing your goal is Elysium.
He calls Pyra. Her flames hide something deeper.
What's the matter? Are you the Aegis, or aren't you?
I won't use that power, and I won't let you use it either!
If you know what you desire, you will have to show it. Not with words, but with your own strength. Everyone, let's go!
Well, not everything is free.
Yep, I am definitely in the same camp. That's for someone.
Yeah, someone's very excited about that.
Sometimes you need a hero. A sword swinging, fire wielding, stone cold hero with an insatiable appetite?
Kirby.
The fifth element is love.
Oh.
Is that a curling stone?
Have you ever wondered what it's like to be eaten by Kirby? Like how horrifying and Cronenberg-esque that must be?
It's literally the only thing I ever think about. Drop it at the top.
That looks like the Mortal Kombat 2 tree. So what is this for? 3D? Is it just called Kirby?
Can they do that? Is this
That's illegal.
Is this their Tomb Raider?
Hi everyone, I'm Shinya Takahashi from Nintendo. I hope you've been enjoying the journey with Nintendo Switch so far. When I found out that Nintendo Switch is being accepted by video game fans from all over the world as a home console that could be taken with you anywhere, I felt so relieved. Take Switch outside, come together, and share the experience. This idea was how we hoped people would play with Nintendo Switch. But people are coming up with many creative ways to play, in all kinds of places, in many more ways than we expected. This summer, Nintendo and its third-party partners will release many multiplayer games that can be played anytime, anywhere, and with anyone. We hope there will be many heated competitions that will be ignited by Nintendo Switch. Now, we'll continue our look at even more new game worlds for Nintendo Switch. But before we do, there is one announcement we'd like to share from our very special friend. Please take a look.
Oh, hello.
Hi everyone. I'm Tsunekazu Ishihara from the Pokemon Company. Just the other day, we announced that Pokken Tournament Deluxe is coming to Nintendo Switch. This is the latest version of the premier Pokemon fighting game. Two people can dive right into battle using two Joy-Con controllers, so you can experience heated Pokemon battles with just one Nintendo Switch console.
This sounds kind of like Kyle.
There are some fresh additions, including new Pokemon, and this deluxe version of the game will be on display at E3 for attendees to play. I have one more announcement. Game Freak has begun developing a core RPG Pokemon title on Nintendo Switch.
There it is.
It may
There
not
you go.
release for more than a year,
Leo
but we
is
hope
chat
you'll look
freaking out.
forward to it all the same.
In about
In
5
the
seconds, they
meantime,
will be.
let's enjoy this year's E3.
Ishihara-san, thank you very much.
All those
We
forgiven.
heard that the Pokemon series is being developed for Nintendo Switch. What kind of Pokemon game will we be able to play on Nintendo Switch? I'm looking forward to it myself. At this year's E3, we're mostly showing games that will be released in 2017. But please know that here at Nintendo, we're working on many forms of entertainment that can only be made possible on Nintendo Switch. We hope you look forward to them as well. Now let's continue on with the journey with Nintendo Switch.
Oh. Oh no. Is this what I think it is?
I think it might be.
No way. Nah, it can't be. Oh, woo! And everyone just lost their minds.
There you go.
Whoa.
They're doing well.
I love how much they can just accomplish.
Just a logo and a guy saying something.
Yeah. Whoa, what? Oh, Yoshi. Yarn Yoshi. The best of all possible Yoshis. See, does Yoshi really need to do that? It feels like those people are already out of his way, and he's just kind of being a dick.
Hey, he's Yoshi. That's just Yoshi things.
Look at that. It's just mean. Man, that aesthetic's beautiful.
Thanks, Media Molecule.
So it's co-op-y.
Co-op-y, yep. Are they just gonna?
Yeah, they're just gonna do that.
Or maybe it has an actual title that they just don't want to talk about.
Oh, here it is. Fire Emblem, probably. Yep.
We're under attack! Mother's in danger!
If she's up there, then...
You two must keep going. No, I'm coming with you. I am Marth, the Prince of Altea. We've come here to save you.
Remember that you can rely on your friends. We're with you.
Get it together, you two. If you can't do this, who can?
You fought your way this far. There's nothing you two can't do.
No matter the danger, we can overcome it if we're working together.
This makes me feel real good about
All right,
myself.
let's move out.
Working together, we can finish this.
Let's do it, JV.
Which is weird because Fire Emblem is often about dying horribly and losing hope. Oh, fall 2017. It's
Your
coming.
friends.
Hi there, I'm the Legend of Zelda series producer, Eiji Aonuma. You may have already heard about it during Bethesda's showcase that was held a few days ago. It was announced that select Zelda items will appear in the Nintendo Switch version of
Oof,
Skyrim.
that just looks kind of rough.
I'm really looking forward to exploring Skyrim with the Master
don't show
Sword in
his
hand.
face.
Oh, when did this Master Sword get in my hand? Next up, we'll take a look at the DLC packs for The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Let us take you on a new Hyrule adventure.
Oh, yeah. Give us a release date. Huh. Yes.
Nope. Sure.
All right, that was cool.
Ooh.
Ooh.
$20.
So the first DLC is out before the end of this month. Nice.
What did you think? I actually have one more announcement that I'd like to share. The 4 champions that appeared in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild will be available as amiibo. The Zora champion, Mipha. The Goron champion, Daruk. The Rito champion, Rivali.
Rivali.
And the Gerudo champion, Urbosa. You'll be able to use these 4 amiibo in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Of course, you'll be able to use these in the DLC packs that you just saw, so please look forward to them.
This changes the game. Travel the world. Bring people together. Play anywhere with anyone. If video gaming is a journey, then anywhere has to include a stop right here in LA during E3. This is Magic Week, where booths buzz and glow, where the game worlds you've heard about suddenly spring into life. And this summer, a new kind of heated competition ignites right on Nintendo Switch. It kicks off later today with the Splatoon 2 World Inkling Invitational, which brings teams from the Americas, Europe, Australia, New Zealand, and Japan to see whose colorful skills are the best. Tomorrow, the Pokken Invitational will be held. You might recognize some of our 8 competitors who'll be duking it out in heated battles. Later on Wednesday, we'll see 8 players throw punches in the fun and competitive game ARMS, which launches later this week. 4 of our players will be pros, and the other 4 will be E3 attendees who rise to the top by battling on the show floor.
That
If you're
sounds like a
going to
massacre.
E3, we hope you'll accept the challenge.
Those ARMS
And no
pros,
matter
they've
where
been
you
playing
are,
for so
be sure
long.
to catch up with Nintendo Treehouse Live at E3 for all the details and news about Nintendo Switch and Nintendo 3DS. But now, There are a few more worlds left to visit on our journey before we land in the booth. Let's go.
Ubisoft is proud to announce its new Rabbids game, Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, and it will be developed exclusively for the Nintendo Switch. The Rabbids' crazy personalities and unpredictable behavior will shine as they arrive in a reimagined and twisted Mushroom Kingdom. They will surprise you in this tactical adventure filled with combat and exploration. Mario and his friends will join them in an epic quest to put the kingdom back in order. We can't wait for you to play the game on August 29th.
I'm so excited about this.
Yeah?
I love Rocket League.
So you already have Rocket League. What pulls you to the Switch version? I guess we'll
Just being
see.
able to take it anywhere.
Yeah.
But it's a Mario hat for your car.
Exclusive battle cars. What could that be?
On behalf of everyone here at Psyonix, we're extremely excited to announce that Rocket League is indeed coming to Nintendo Switch. We know that both the Rocket League and Switch communities have wanted it, and now we're going to release it, complete with cross-network support that lets you play against opponents on other platforms.
The Switch version will have all the features and modes we've released thus far, plus exclusives like local wireless multiplayer, Mario and Luigi hats for customizing your car, and new exclusive cars we'll talk about later this year.
Look for Rocket League on Nintendo Switch this holiday.
I mean, that's just such a fun party game if it works like as well as it does on major consoles.
Yeah.
I feel like. What is this? Monster Hunter, maybe? Yep. That or the long rumored Jurassic Park Switch game? Oh. Well, that's one way to introduce Mario Odyssey.
Yeah. Careful.
We go off the rails, but you know it's time to raise our sails. It's freedom like you never knew. 20 flags or a pass, say the word, I'll be there in a flash. You could say my hat is off to you. Oh, we can zoom all the way to the moon from this great wide wacky world.
Oh, that's cool.
Grab coins with me, oh yeah.
Why not?
And I wish I had that hat so I could grow some facial hair. It'd be great. This just looks insane. I'm into it.
I know you saw a football costume. You're a big fan of the gridiron.
Of course. Tom Brady stuff, things.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Carmen Sandiego?
It's probably Daisy, right? Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah,
oh,
absolutely.
Oh my God, another one on the 27th. That's Assassin's Creed, Wolfenstein, and now Mario.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
It's going to be an expensive day. That's it?
That's like Yeah, I'm gonna go so poor on that day. I'm so poor.
All right.
All right. So that's a lot to cover in a short amount of time. Wow.
It really is.
I think the biggest one was probably Metroid, right? That's the game people have wanted, like
Yeah.
forever.
Unquestionably.
Forever.
I think that it's people stopped asking about it after what happened last time with the we want Metroid, and then they brought up a
Oh, really? Yeah, it seemed almost like a vindictive move where Nintendo's like, fine, you want a Metroid?
Yeah.
Here you go.
Here you go. Exactly.
But that's exciting, I feel like.
Yeah.
Metroid Prime was always good. It might not be the 2D Metroid people want.
Yeah.
But, like, the first Metroid Prime was, like, one of the best games
Yeah,
ever
absolutely.
made. So, yeah, I'm excited to see that. What else are you interested in, Cork?
Well, let's just hit it.
Yeah, from the beginning.
From the beginning. So
Yeah.
they had that montage video. Well, I don't know why I
mean,
enunciated it that way, but montage video. They're with arms and a tease to Rocket League, Pokken, which does sound very strange when you say that. Whatever. FIFA and then some Splatoon there too. So it's kind of like here's some stuff you knew about, with the exception of Rocket League, which was new.
Yeah. You notice they didn't give any details about FIFA because there's been some rumors going around that the FIFA version for Switch is downgraded graphically.
Yeah.
Because I guess there might be frostbite engine issues.
Well, yeah, they didn't show a whole lot of it. I think the fellas that were playing it under the underpass seemed to be having a good time, but graphically it looked like the camera was pulled way back.
Yeah.
It didn't look spectacular, but you're hanging out with your high-fiving soccer playing bros. You're probably gonna have a good time, right?
Right. And yeah, I think people might be disappointed still, though, if it's like such a huge downgrade. And I think like these are rumors, obviously, but the story mode's also been removed, so that could be a sticking point. But again, like I think you're right. Like if you're like hanging with buds, and you're just taking this to play soccer with them on the Switch, then maybe you don't care that much. I don't know. We'll have to see how that turns out.
Speaking of maybe you don't care that much, Xenoblade Saga 2 trailer.
Snore.
It just seemed to go on forever.
Yeah.
And again, not for me. So people who are very excited about that, I envy your enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Because that just looked like awful garbage.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
No, yeah, it looked like generic JRPG stuff.
And I don't understand
and
that.
those costumes.
That appeal of just constantly, like the Fire Emblem Warriors had it too, just all these like successory style positive thinking aphorisms like, you can do anything with your friends. You're never alone. We've got your back.
Stay determined, Cork.
Stay determined.
Yeah.
Look, I don't like you, but we're going to do this together, I guess.
All right. Why'd you go into Duke Nukem mode all of a sudden?
That was a Duke Nukem.
That was very Duke Nukem.
Anyway. So they showed that for what seemed like a long time, and that's a Switch game?
Yes.
Because that looked like a straight up, like, aside from the UI when it showed the actual gameplay, it looked like a 3DS game.
That's probably because that world's so big, right? Well, they didn't. I don't know. I thought it was for Switch, but that might just be me assuming.
I don't know.
Well, I think
sure
that was all Switch, though, right? We didn't see any 3DS games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
I think all of that was Switch. It just looks bad. Graphically.
Not for me. As
not for
person
me.
who likes cool stuff.
Please don't get mad, chat. Please don't get mad.
But then they had Kirby.
Yeah,
which he was able to woo people with hearts and have them join his team, it looks like.
Yeah, what was that? It looked like a very interesting team battle mechanic. Maybe it's sort of like a Sonic's Ring sort of thing where like each one represents a life, so if Kirby gets hit, he loses one of them or something. I don't know. They didn't explain it, but it looks interesting.
Yeah, could be. And then it cut to Pokemon. Quick announcement there. Oh, hi.
Oh, hi.
I was just writing in my notepad.
Yeah.
Didn't see there. Here's some Pokken action that we announced it on. Also, incidentally, we are working on a new Pokemon game.
Yeah.
On the Switch.
Which, might arguably be, it's either that or Metroid is probably the biggest like announcement, I feel like, in this.
Oh,
even
absolutely.
though they showed nothing. And I'm curious if it was the backlash to that Pokemon Direct that had them go, guys, it's okay. We're working on a Pokemon for Switch, we promise.
Well, then there was like, oh, they cut back and we can't wait to see what kind of Pokemon game they're working on. It's like, oh, you bastards! If this is like a Pokemon Puzzle League, which I enjoy those games, but if this is not a like Pokemon proper,
well, they said core RPG, that's what they said. So that leads me to believe that this is actually like going to be a traditional Pokemon game.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully. Because if this is like mystery dungeon whatever the spinoffs, people are going to be mad. They're going to be so mad.
That's all right.
Yeah.
People are always going to be mad. So then we had Metroid 4, which was just a like fog space nebula that kind of vaguely formed into the S logo, and then it just showed the logo for Metroid Prime.
I'm excited for
4.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Metroid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting to see what that is all about.
Yeah.
And then after that, Yoshi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look
he's
good.
Rolling around
Beautiful.
dioramas, 3D.
It was a beautiful game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to
absolutely.
play more of it. I never got around to playing the original Yarn Yoshi game. Did you?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Was it fun? Was it good? Yeah. I mean,
these games are always fun. I mean, they're not, set your hair on fire.
Sure, but they seem like a good time.
Yeah, if you're looking to have a good time, which that's what you should be looking for, guys. And then after that, Fire Emblem Warriors. Speaking of a good time.
Yeah, I'm curious. They showed no gameplay. That was all clearly just cutscene stuff. So I've always had a soft spot for Dynasty Warriors. I would not argue that they are great, or maybe even good games, but they're comfort food games.
They're very fun.
Yeah, they're fun for a while.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see how that plays with Fire Emblem. Like if it's just Dynasty Warriors, but like a total conversion for Fire Emblem, which was what Hyrule Warriors was.
Yeah.
But it'd be interesting to have sort of that fan fiction-y story of like, because all the Fire Emblems take place in like different universes or different kingdoms.
Yeah.
So I'm really curious to see how they stitch all of that together.
There's just going to be some time tunnel that everyone falls through. And
right, which is fair, but it'll still be fun to see, I feel like, because it's, just that fun idea. It's the Smash Brothers thing almost, of like, let's bring all these characters together from like wildly different settings and like just have them brawl. And I think that's cool.
I have to get home. Don't worry, we'll bring you back together.
Let's not go there.
All right, then when Skyrim Switch, just saw another,
Yeah.
basically the same stuff we saw before.
Oh man, that dude's face. I think that was new. Like the character model's face.
Oh, it panned up, like everything about that costume, all the Breath of the Wild, the tunic, the shield, the Master Sword, it looks great. They should have stopped scrolling right about neck level.
Yeah.
But
well, what can you do? You can make a better character. Like than that guy.
just immediately switch to first person and never look back.
Never look in a mirror.
Never look in a mirror. Put on a helmet immediately.
Yeah. Never let the person you're going to marry see your face.
Yeah. The Javy Gwaltney story.
Exactly.
All right. So then after that, we had some announcements, some Breath of the Wild DLC.
Yeah, that's super exciting because I've been curious. Because I'm actually almost done with like all the content of the entire game.
Okay.
So I've been waiting to see when's that new stuff going to come out.
Okay. So what stood out to you? Because I've not spent a whole lot of time with Breath of the Wild.
It seems, I think the most interesting thing is that Trial of the Sword thing, because when they pitched it, because they revealed like blurb paragraph stuff about all of this a couple months back, it sounded like horde mode. But what it actually seems like is it's going to be portal puzzles in a combat sort of way, where like you have various rooms to work around and stuff to like, take down enemies with that's combat oriented, but it's still puzzly.
So kind of like a hybrid of the shrine and a little more combat.
Which sounds really cool because the original description they had for it just sounded like wave after wave of enemies that you're fighting in an arena. But that is, from what we saw, not the case, and that sounds really cool.
Okay.
And I'm actually really curious. And all, of course, like the cosmetic stuff, like the mask, like being able to wear Majora's Mask is going to be cool.
Yeah, it looks kind of weird, right?
Yeah, it looks really weird, but all the it's fine. It's fine. It'll look great. It's a fan servicey thing.
Yeah.
I'm more curious about, because this is the first time we've heard anything about the second DLC, which seems story based. And I'm curious if it's going to be set after the events of the main game, or if it's going to be like a prequel sort of thing where you're Link hanging with the champions and doing things and stuff. Because the champions, minor spoilers, are basically some of the key figures in that particular game. And before whatever happens that causes all the destruction in Breath of the Wild, like they were basically the Guardians of Zelda.
Okay.
So they're all hanging out and stuff, and they're pretty close friends, and they have rivalries and so on and so forth. So to see that expanded in either like a prequel sense or like an after main game sort of content way would be cool.
Okay. So do you think that Goron is going to be the heaviest amiibo yet?
No, I think the Guardian one is.
Yeah?
Yeah. Have you been over to Serial's desk? Have you picked up the Guardian?
I couldn't.
It's heavy.
Not
Yeah,
gonna lie.
Yeah, it's like Thor's hammer.
Yeah.
But in amiibo form.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then after that, we had a little more Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. We talked about that yesterday on the Ubisoft stream. Didn't see a whole lot of new stuff there. Yeah, still looks fun.
Yeah,
tactical.
It felt like more of a way to acknowledge that, oh, yeah, this thing's coming out. We already had the big gameplay reveal yesterday. But, just in case you didn't see that, this is what's coming. Then, I'm excited for that one, surprisingly.
Yeah?
I was kind of one of the people around the office poking fun at it, like, who's going to play this? This looks dumb. But actually seeing, like, the gameplay of it as someone who's into XCOM and Fire Emblem and, like, hardcore tactical games, I want it.
So did you learn a valuable life lesson there that maybe you shouldn't
I never
be
learned anything,
prejudicial?
Jeff Cork.
Okay. Fair enough. Rocket League.
I mean, Rocket League is Rocket League. Rocket League is great.
Get a Mario hat for your car.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool. And some other exclusive vehicles. What do you think that could be, JV? The mind reels. What kind of exclusive vehicles would you see in Rocket League that are...
we get a Tingle Cart.
A Tingle Cart. Is that your number one? That's what you're going to waste your wish on, huh? It's going to be a Mario Kart, right? It's clearly.
Yes. I mean, I think it's going to be a fleet of Mario Karts.
Fleet of Mario Karts?
Yeah.
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 Do you think you have characters in them, or are they going to keep the facade of, like, we don't know the scale of these cars?
They're going to keep the facade. That would be really weird to play Rocket League and see characters in the car. Like, because they're ostensibly remote-controlled cars, right? Within the lore of Rocket League.
Do you think we will see a trail of paint is like one of the...
Oh, like for
cosmetic,
Splatoon?
Yeah, from Splatoon.
Stands to reason, yeah.
That'd be pretty cool, right? Yeah, that idea's free.
Yeah.
And then finally, it wrapped up with Super Mario Odyssey. You said immediately, smugly, I might add, you said, oh, Monster Hunter.
No, I wasn't saying smugly.
Oh, you should have. Just dripping with it. It was disgusting, JV.
No.
It was so difficult to hear. So that started with a extended look up the the tailpipe of a dinosaur.
Yeah.
And so that's interesting to know that in the Mario universe now, this Mario Odyssey is breaking boundaries. Do you think Yoshi will occupy screen time with an actual T-Rex?
I think that's Yoshi's Papa.
Interesting.
Yeah. I think that's going to be the name of the level.
Yeah?
Yoshi's Papa.
Do you think he fell in some kind of like pastel-colored rock tumbler, and that's how he turned into the Yoshi that we know and love?
Maybe we'll get that. Maybe we'll get that story.
So you, in real life, JV, I will say, you are not a fan of hats, much to our chagrin. We wish you would wear a hat all the time, maybe a full helmet.
And a mask, probably.
And a mask, probably. A football helmet backward.
Yeah.
But this seems like hats are a big deal in this, right?
Right.
So what do you think?
It's interesting because I usually bounce off of later Mario games. After Mario 64, in fact, I know people love like Mario, what is it, Sunshine or with the water?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mario Sunshine. And I never got around to playing either Galaxy just because they didn't look like they were for me. But this looks really cool.
Yeah.
Like, I want to play this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always one of the most fun things about Mario games, in my opinion, is switching like different suits and all those things. And this seems like a huge focus of that. And it's not like he's just wearing a different costume. He's turning into like a fish with the mustache. He is a Goomba. He is the T-Rex at the end, the big surprise there.
I hope that T-Rex has a mustache.
Well, undoubtedly, how else would you know
I mean,
that's who
yeah.
you are?
Oh, man.
It's very exciting.
Yeah,
and he has a sombrero.
Cool. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He plays maracas. Hey, he's having fun, right?
Yeah.
Bowser.
I love the Milady Bowser.
Milady Bowser with his top hat. He's kind of like the Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, yeah.
That's what he probably thinks, like, check this out. I'm really doing it. Everyone is just like, what is that, Lloyd Christmas? What's going on there? I don't know. So I'm going to write a really scathing think piece about how Princess Peach is going to be married against her will, and she just looks so resigned to the fact. I guess you're on the airship wearing a wedding dress. What are you going to do?
I got really taken in by her, like, piranha flower bouquet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, that looks cool. Yeah. I want one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that game looks really fun.
Yeah, no,
a very controversial opinion.
Yeah,
I
mean,
think they're going to really do it with this Mario thing.
Contrarian Cork over here.
Yeah, look out. Overall, what'd you think?
This is probably, honestly, neck and neck. I think this is maybe ties with Microsoft for best conference for me.
Yeah.
Because I think maybe Microsoft might take it away just because they had so much to prove. You know, and Switch, people already assume is a success.
Yeah.
So this is probably the second best conference. But yeah, still, like, this one definitely had the most games that I want to actually play.
Really?
Yeah, like, except for the Xenoblade, whatever, Xeno story thing. You know, I wanted to play basically everything.
Well, I think, to be fair, like that game appeals to some lovable oddballs out there.
Sure.
They will have a great time, and they'll learn about the power of teamwork and friendship.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that I am a completely different, less lovable oddball.
Yeah.
That's all.
So, JV, E3, basically all the press conferences are over now. This is
thank God.
Really. So let's look back. What do you think? What did you think of all these press conferences?
All of them were good except Bethesda's.
Yeah.
And I love Bethesda because Wolfenstein showed up.
Yeah.
But, you know, that was the only one that felt like a dud.
Did you have... Give me some of your precious
my
E3 2017...
hot takes?
Pre-E3 takes. What did you think about all these press conferences and everything? Because E3 really hasn't started, in my opinion.
Right. I think that it's a pretty good roadmap for what's ahead.
Yeah.
Like, it's, you know, before we got to E3, we just had felt like a tidal wave of great games that come out. You know, we had like Nier, we had Zelda, there's
and more.
Yeah, Resident
others.
Evil. Yeah, but like, you know, a lot of great games already like front loading 2017. Prey, and I was curious, like, okay, Yakuza, so many good games. Oh,
okay,
apparently
we get it.
Yeah. But, you know, I was curious, like, okay, what's the rest of the year going to have?
What is the rest of the year going to have?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
You know, it was kind of a question mark except for, like, Destiny 2, especially after Red Dead got delayed. But apparently it's packed. Apparently there's a bunch of good stuff coming in fall 2017.
It is cuckoo bonkers, because usually there's a lot of, and we did see a few of them, 2018s. To see that written out, very strange.
Yeah.
Because we're still getting used. I'm still writing 2017 on my checks, JV.
Right.
Which I frequently hold up the line at the cash register to write my checks. But yeah, so many games coming out in 2017. Seems like so many people were putting an emphasis on that, and it did not go unnoticed by the executives. They carefully mentioned that whenever they could, saying, hey, this stuff's coming out this year, too, by the way. So that's a good move.
Yeah,
I like that away from...
smart.
It's better than, hey, coming fall 2018. You're like, well, what about now?
Yeah, I think we all felt that kind of during the Sony presser right now, or last night, because the vast majority of those games are in the distance. So yeah, that's definitely something I noticed versus the other ones that were like, all of these are coming out this year. Yeah, Bethesda, you know, that press conference had a lot of issues, but they did make that sort of their like keystone thing, was like, oh, hey, these games are coming out this year.
Yeah.
You know, Evil Within, Wolfenstein, the Dishonored DLC or standalone that looks good. So yeah, that's definitely been a theme. I feel like it's like there's still more to come this year.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's probably going to be really good.
Yeah, like you said earlier, October 27th is going to be an absolute bloodbath.
I wonder how many executives are like just all looking at each other at E3 right now, like, really, guys?
Yeah.
Why would you do this? Why would you hurt me like this? Move your damn game.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. You know what? It's always a possibility that some of these games will be delayed.
Oh, yeah. I feel like even if it's just like a matter of weeks or something or into the next year, maybe start of next year, because I hope more companies are sort of learning that, because that was disastrous, I feel like, for Titanfall 2 last year, when they launched Battlefield 1 and Titanfall 2 against each other in the same season that had like Gears of War and stuff. I think Titanfall 2 being released in like February or something would have been a much different story for that series. Like, I think it would have done a lot better. So hopefully we see them spacing game releases out more. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
Yeah, it was a good time.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Had some fun. I will say Jeff Marchiafava led me astray. You're not nearly as awful to talk to, as
Aww.
he's repeatedly told me various text messages before we started doing this. And
Just
I feel
brace
like
for impact.
We've really forged a nice friendship
Yeah.
here, Javy Gwaltney.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to what's ahead for us as
it'll be
well.
good.
2017.
All right. Well, is that it?
Why don't you-
Or what? Yeah, chat. Let's talk chat.
Yeah. What do people say? Were people into it, Leo?
I didn't see the chat blow up at any point during E3 as much as it did during those Pokemon and Metroid back-to-back announcements.
Really? So people were really into those things.
Yeah.
That's
Obviously,
good.
people wanted them to be more than just words on the screen, but
yeah,
still pretty happy.
I mean, you know, honestly, that's a fair reaction, but at the same time, this is something that people have wanted for years. So just to have like a confirmation that these things, or that at least like Metroid is coming, because it's been like, what? How long since 3? like a decade.
Oh, good grief! Yeah,
really long.
Close to it.
So just like, even if they don't have anything ready, ready to show, just a confirmation I feel is fair for Metroid.
You know what's interesting to think about is we talked about Marth and people learning about Marth from Smash Brothers before Fire Emblem took off in a way. It's weird to think generationally, there are a lot of younger people who know Samus from Smash Brothers and have not really played a Metroid game proper before. So this is exciting for them to see who this character is. Why does she turn into a dang ball?
Yeah.
What's that all about?
Actually, I was one of those kids.
Really?
I went back and played Metroid after Smash Brothers, but like that was my introduction to Samus.
Yeah.
Was Smash Brothers.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
As it turns out, reason people wanted that stuff. All right. What do you say? Should we go upstairs and hang out?
Yeah, let's go see what Jeffem's doing. Let me go take him to task for all those mean text messages he sent you about me.
Yeah, maybe he just thinks you are the Xenoblade Saga 2 of human beings. Not for him.
Right. Well, that crushed me. Okay. That's a good note to end on.
Yeah.
All right. Later, everyone.
Goodbye.
And I want to say, tune in live, 7:30 Pacific, 9:30 Central tonight for a live episode of the Game Informer show.
Oh, yeah. So you can see what Kooky Ben Hansen and all of our other coworkers are up to out west.
Is that how you refer to him on Twitter? Kooky Ben Hansen?
No, but it's going to now.
All right. There you go.
All right.
Tune
Later,
in.
everyone.
Love ya. Bye.
Bye.